Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Hey, book lovers. This episode of Books and Martinis is brought to you by our wonderful sponsors. BlueBox Media, you dream it, we produce it. And Travel with Samantha Cividanes, specializing in luxury cruises. Ooh. Their support keeps the stories, authors, and conversations flowing. Don't forget to visit them and support the brands that support this podcast. Now the martinis are poured, let's get into the episode. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Welcome, everybody, and most of all, welcome Khaya Fraites today. Hello,
welcome,
and welcome,
Khaya.
welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we have to drink, so it's good luck.
Salud. So, guys,
Salud.
In your ears and on the screen is Khaya Fraites, and she's been on our podcast before. Today, we are celebrating her debut novel. Congratulations, Khaya.
Congrats, Khaya.
Thanks so much.
And we're so excited to have you. Her book is called Rip LOL, and the picture's right here on the screen. It's such a beautiful cover, Khaya. I love it, and it's so you.
Thank you so much.
Cute.
My cover artist is Thea Harvey. She's incredible. She's at Pixel Art on Instagram.
She did a great job, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later because the character looks like you on the cover. So we gotta talk about that. So guys, let's tell you a little bit about the book. So Rip LOL is about Willow Davis has one semester left before she walks across that NYU stage and achieves her dream of becoming a student at Columbia Medical School. However, before her final semester even starts, a death in the family leaves Willow spiraling. Feeling the need to rebel by drinking, smoking, and out of character spontaneity, Rip LOL follows Willow on her struggles with disassociation and depression. Will she put on a brave face and be the perfect student and perfect daughter she's always been? Or will she isolate herself from her close friends, loving family, and her future plans? Wow.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure for Willow.
Oh my God, Khaya, congrats. I can't believe you wrote a book. How amazing. I'm so happy for you. And that just came out of nowhere?
I've been working on it for a while, since 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I tried the traditional publishing route for a while. I got a book agent with Rip LOL, but then things didn't end up working out. My agent left agenting to pursue something else, and so I went back to the query trenches, and I wrote another novel, like a contemporary romance, and tried to like shop that around for a bit, and I was like, you know what, this little novella, it's pretty short. Rip LOL short, it's like less than 200 pages. I figured, like, why not just like self-publish this and just try and see if anyone is interested that way, and like get out the audiobook how I want to do it and make the cover how I want to do it. And then maybe in the future I'll revisit trad publishing. Like I said, I have that contemporary romance floating around somewhere on my laptop. But I also just kind of wrote this book in like the middle of processing a lot of grief, and it came out like so quickly. And I'm turning 29 this year, and I'm publishing it on my birthday. And I kind of just also wanted to leave it in my 20s, also as like a tribute to my friend who, he was 29 when he passed as well. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
How sad.
So yeah, it's kind of just like a lot of things where I was like, I think I can do this, like I've been narrating for a little bit now, and like it's been so cool being a part of so many other authors' stories that I was just kind of like, I think it's time for me to get my own out there and just see what happens, and like
I agree.
I hope that other people like grieving can relate, and that will.
So this was a tad therapeutic for you. It was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
My friend, his name was Jason Cortez. He was a victim of gun violence in
Um,
California, just killed by a
Um,
stranger in a park while he was on vacation.
oh,
on
horrible.
vacation.
Yeah, he was visiting California to
Wow.
visit some friends, and he was location scouting at this park because he wanted to do a shoot with his friend while he was there, and he
Mhm.
got killed by a stranger. And it was really, really tragic and really sudden. It happened in the fall of 2021. Um, and it kind of just completely rocked my whole college friend group. And um, what's funny is that like he he was also a writer and a filmmaker, and he made a lot of short films that were about grief and loss. And I like joked about that with him, just being like, "Why are you always writing like such depressing stuff?" Like, and like, why is everything about death? And then
Wow.
rip LOL, I wrote a book about death that's like inspired by him.
But what a sweet
Wow.
little tribute, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is about grief, but it's also about what he loved to write about.
yeah. And
And yeah,
also,
great.
yeah, he also used to like make fun of me too, because I always say that my favorite genre of books and TV is women in New York. Like, what an expansive
Mm.
genre, you know? And
Yeah.
he was like, that's not a genre. And when
Yes.
I, yeah, and so here I am writing my little grief book about a woman in New York that's all about you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Way to
I
take it
love
full
it.
circle. And where did
Yeah.
the jacket inspiration come from?
That was also from him. He always wore this denim jacket with a bunch of patches on it. So much so that his wife asked all of our friends if we could wear denim jackets to his funeral. And she
Wait, so
did.
is that his? Is that really his? Okay, so in your you created a whole promo video for it, which was
Okay,
beautifully
so
filmed.
so timeline wise,
Okay.
um I started writing, so he passed in fall 2021, and I was like really just going through it. I'd never like experienced a like sudden loss like that. So um like, close to me, I guess. And I was like disassociating so much, like days were passing and I was just like, have I been wearing the same sweatpants for 5 days? Like I don't like I just I was just kind of gone. And then once the new year hit, I kind of just started like writing, and I wrote the like kind of I wrote this chapter like that was kind of like a monologue. It ended up being, I think, chapter 4 in the book, but it started off as just like a stream of consciousness, like kind of like monologue of like kind of my feelings and like putting it into this imaginary character. And
Mhm.
then when I tell you I woke up the next day and I like had it figured out, and I like scrapped the monologue and I rewrote everything, and I wrote like the first like 2 chapters like so fast in that next day.
Wow.
And it just like became like a way for me to like really process like what I was like feeling and like disassociating, and just like sudden bursts of anger or sudden bursts of like just grief, like overwhelming grief,
Mhm.
like just sitting on my stoop sobbing after like you know seeing like something that
Yeah.
reminded me of him and stuff like that. And so I ended up writing like the whole first draft in like 3 months, I think. um and then after that I like was like, okay, maybe I should do something with this. I'll start querying. And so then my partner, he's a cinematographer, he was like, what if we made a short film that's based off of Rip LOL? And that ended up being like such a healing project, because we ended up doing that in December of 2022, and we went back home to Virginia to shoot it, and we got all of our college friends who were also friends with
Mm.
Jason involved. And it was such a like therapeutic thing to like be able to like create art out of like all of this pain that like we all could relate to and that we all had, and to make something that like could like be in memoriam for him a little bit. And yeah, so that's where the video came from.
Wow.
But the
So
actual
So that was
jacket, huh?
2022,
That was the
and
end of
you're releasing
2022.
the book 2026.
Yeah.
So it's gone, yeah, full circle.
It's been
so
a lot,
wait,
yeah.
is it a full film, short
It's
film?
a short film, yeah. It's on YouTube. It's like 16 minutes, and it like it's a little condensed version of all of the Richmond chapters in the book.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, and then the actual jacket, like in the film, my actual jacket, I actually bought when I was thrifting with him. When I was like,
Mm.
I wasn't living in New York at the time. I was still living in Virginia, but he came up to visit some friends, and I came up also to visit some friends, and so we ended up like. We didn't come together, but we ended up meeting in the city, and we went to
Hmm.
Williamsburg, and we went to Rough Trade, and went like looking for records and stuff, and we stumbled into this thrift store, and I found this denim jacket, and I was like, oh my God, I want it so bad. Should I get it? And he was like, yeah, you should get it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like $50. That's so much money. Like, and he was just
That
like,
is
you
a
should
lot of
get it.
money for thrift,
Yeah,
a
I was
thrifted
like, oh my
diet.
gosh. But he was like, you should get it. Like, it'll probably last like so long to that. And I've had it like this whole time. So,
And look, you used it. It's been
Wow.
part of the whole story.
There
yeah,
was a purpose behind the jacket.
yeah. I think I also just like wanted to have like a jacket like that because like I thought he was cool and I wanted to be like him, you know? It's
Now
just
you're
like
cool too.
oh thanks. But yeah, so I had that one
Tell
for a long
me how that process felt to you. Like oh, I know it's been a long time coming
time.
since it
Hmm.
started in 2021, but the actual bringing it to life, like this is it, I'm over it, I'm going to do it, self-publish, and the world's going to read my book, happened most recently. How has that felt for you, and how was that whole transition for you?
Well, I think a lot of the reason I had kind of like given up on it being traditionally published is because it is not a traditional like novel. It's a novella. It's very short. And also the thing that I kept being told was that it's a little too mature for young adults, but it's not really mature enough for literary fiction because Willow's
Okay.
22, so she's kind of in this like uh in between phase, so it's technically like new adult. And I guess that's like a harder genre to sell. Um, but I think it was just like a few things. I was just kind of like, well, I've been in a lot of book spaces recently as a narrator, and I'm going to a lot of book events this year where I'm like connecting with readers as a narrator also. And I just thought, like, well, why not? Like, I feel like maybe it's just the time. I also just like, I'm like I said, I'm turning 29, and
29.
yeah, it's crazy because like
And on April 17th, we didn't say the day before
yes,
because that
April
date's important.
17.
Hmm.
So me and my book will be Aries.
I love that.
The chaos of Aries.
I love that.
Yeah, and I think it also felt like a good way to kind of bookend my 20s because when I was in college and I was 21, I self-published a poetry collection. Just like
What?
for fun. I was like, why not? Like Amazon is free. And I just
That's
did that when I
right.
was in college, and I'm so glad I did because it's kind of like a little time capsule. It's not something I ever really like promoted or like, tried to like really sell, but it was just like something that I was like I want to have a book of my own poems that I can like have on my bookshelf and like, show my family.
So you were already a published author.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Probably
love
sold
that.
like 12 copies. Um
Hey, that's
That's a
awesome.
lot.
yeah, but it was just like that was like a fun little project that I did with my best friend. She did all the illustrations for it, and we released it on my birthday when I turned 21. And
Look at
so
that.
now
Oh.
I'm turning 29, and it's also just like in a sad way like I still can't believe that like my friend is like not
Mm,
here to like be a part of everything, and like it's
sure.
also weird to think that I'm like trying not to get too emotional gonna be older than him.
Right.
But yeah, I just like kind of wanted to leave Willow in my 20s, and yeah, just let
But he, I think he's a bigger part of it in every single way because he is the book. He is,
yeah,
he is a character. So you are keeping him with you forever.
You're
yeah.
keeping him
Like,
alive.
yeah, he'll stay alive
Still.
way beyond both of your years
Yeah.
because the books live on.
For
And
sure.
who knows where that book will lead you. I think
Exactly.
it just
Yeah.
takes that one special person to read it and see what it's really, how deep it really is, and take it to another level.
Mhm.
But
And you've
you
really
did your
like,
part.
yeah, you really brought it to life. I mean,
Thank you.
the besides the written part of it, the audio, because you are
Yeah.
a tour de force, like
Right.
you're a triple threat, and you did that so easily. The audio was just so easy to listen to. I finished it in like 2.5 days. It was
Hmm.
like perfection, and I had fun. I had moments. I was on the train. I was like, like I was laughing out
Laughing
loud
out. Right, right, right.
at some of the parts, and then other parts that were just really serious. And I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
poor Willow.
Mm.
You're feeling it with her and
Yeah.
what she's going through. And then just to hear that you did a short film about it, like
Mhm.
you really memorialized his memory and the
Mm.
gift that he gave you in your friendship,
Hmm.
you know,
That'll live on.
it will live on. And how special is
Mhm.
that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, how does it feel to be an author?
I know, and not just an actor slash narrator. Now you're author, narrator, actor.
Yeah, I know that's like, oh my God, what a resume.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just like getting to a point where like I think when you're starting out as an actor, you're told that you need to kind of like follow a niche or like, focus in on like one thing. And I'm just like
Mhm.
I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I want
Good for
to I
you.
want to write, so I'm going to write. I went to school for theater, but I did minor in English, so it's probably about
Hmm.
time I did something with that.
I mean, they say that to write, you have to read, and God knows you read for a living.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
You
true.
read out loud,
That's
so
true.
you've done your due diligence,
Yeah, and
per se.
it feels like writing and acting go so hand in hand for me. Like
Absolutely.
I feel like if you are just like a naturally curious person and like interested in other human beings and like trying to understand them, like that's writing, but that's also acting.
Hmm. Absolutely.
What was the like? Was there a pivotal moment in your writing process? We were just like, oh, wow, I'm really doing this. Like, wow, really writing this. Was there a moment that you had?
um, I guess like the first time that I was like, I think it's done. I feel like I said what I needed to say. And then of course in revisions I went back and I like added more scenes and I changed some things. But
Yeah.
when I felt like I got it to a point where I was like, I feel like the story's complete and like we can let I can let her go at this point,
Mhm.
Right.
and I know that like Willow is like she's like a fully formed person like that could be out in the world, I guess.
Hmm.
Hmm.
She
Hmm.
went full circle. And what inspired you with her name?
um I really don't know. I just really like the name
Was it
Willow.
the song? Because the song was
It
perfect.
wasn't the song. The song came out after the book.
That was so insane. I was listening to it
The
because
Renee
at
Rapp
first,
song
I,
Willow. I
yeah,
love it.
I
It's so
actually
good.
thought that was you singing.
Oh no.
I thought it was
I cannot sing like
you. And I was like,
that.
oh, she created her own song. Because
No, I
you're an
wish.
actor. So, of course, you got the chops. So I
Yeah.
thought it was you. And
Well, fits
then
so perfectly. My dad was like, "Did you make this with AI?" And I was like, "No, it's a real song."
it's
You know,
crazy you would ask that.
I think I just
I
was
thought it
thinking.
was,
Oh, go ahead.
no, 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 I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I think I was just like thinking Weeping Willow because like
That's what I was
she's
gonna
crying
say.
all the time.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought. I thought, did it come from, I guess because I'm in Tennessee also, and there's so much nature and stuff. I thought of that first.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what a connection.
Yeah. And then for Jamie, well, I wanted a J name for my friend Jason, but
Right.
Mhm.
I went with Jamie just because of that one song from the last 5 years. Have you ever seen that musical?
I don't
Where
think so.
at the
No.
end of the show, it's like about a couple and they like break up. Spoiler alert. I mean, it's been out since like the 90s. But at the end of the show, she sings this song and she sings like Jamie is over and Jamie is gone. Jamie's decided it's time to move on and like I'm still hurting. And I was
Oh,
like,
Oh,
that's that.
oh God,
oh,
that's deep.
Yeah.
that is deep. I love how you pulled
Wow.
inspiration from that too. Like
Gotta throw
that's his
some theater
name.
kid in whenever I can.
Absolutely. It's in you. It's in your DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow. And go ahead.
no, I was going to ask about the chaos. So you could say as much as you want to, but she goes through a lot.
Hmm.
Um, in this book, everything from her parents to her friendships, her best friend, and then of course with her brother,
Career.
all the things, yeah, her career.
Yeah.
Um, where did you pull, were there specific things from your life, things that you've experienced that you pulled from, besides the passing of your friend,
The
that you,
expectations of your
yeah,
parents
yeah,
or
that
the
you incorporate in the
pressure.
book?
Well, I definitely think that like when I was like really in the throes of like grieving, I was just like desperate for like content like that where I felt like, just like raging out or just being a mess or making mistakes, and I felt like I couldn't really find a lot of content like that that was like centered around black women just like messing up and like being
Mhm.
bad friends and making really dumb decisions for no reason. I feel like a lot of times you see like the like strong black girl trope or like just the even side character best friend trope, but I feel like black women a lot of times, at least it feels like, we don't have the same permission to be as messy and annoying and just like,
Human.
yeah,
Mhm.
to the level that we give grace to like white female characters. And so I just like wanted to just like I don't know, just create that, because they're like all of the things that she's doing in the book were things that I was just like, I wish I could do this, or like I want to do this, but I can't because XYZ. I can't because I'm an adult. I can't because I don't want to disappoint my parents, or like I don't want people to look at me differently, or da 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 whatever. But it's like, it's just it feels like so much pressure when like you're 21 or 22, and like you feel like if you make a mistake it's going to be the end of the world. It's going to be the end of
Mm.
like everything that you know and love, and you're never going to be forgiven or taken seriously again if you make a mistake. um and so yeah, I just kind of wanted to like throw all of that at her and like let her feel and do all of the messy things that like I wanted to do. And I think also just because I did grow up as like the oldest daughter.
Mm.
I do feel like
That says a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there was definitely like a lot of pressure to like go to college and get good grades, even though like I really wanted to just like move to New York after high school and pursue acting right away. And but there was a lot of pressure, and I just wanted to like, please my parents and like do what I was supposed to do and like do it right. And there really isn't like a right way to do things. Like
Right.
you can still, you will still be loved and supported even if like you are just like a chaos monster for a year or two, whatever, however long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
um
shall pass.
yeah, exactly, for sure. Like I made little stickers that says like Willow's a crash out queen. And so like yeah, you can be a crash out queen and still like have love in your life, and like
Mm.
it's not going to be the end of the world, even though it feels like, oh my gosh, like I can't, like. And that's why I think like the book starts with her smoking a cigarette, because that's
Right.
like that's such a small tiny little act of defiance of like, this is
Mhm.
Yes.
something that I've been told in Dare that I'm not supposed to do, and I'm gonna do.
Hey, book lovers and martini sippers, it's Books and Martinis, and we've got something special for you this month.
That's right. Our April author spotlight is the incredible Khaya Fraites and her debut novel, Rip LOL.
It's sharp, it's funny, and just the right amount of chaotic. We are obsessed.
Hi everyone, I'm Khaya Fraites, and I'm so excited for you all to dive into Rip LOL. I hope you love reading it as much as I loved writing it.
Aw, it's out April 17th. Make sure you grab your copy and read along with us all month long.
And don't forget to join the conversation only on Books and Martinis.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Because she just like thinks that like it's gonna fix her, make her feel better, and like sometimes it does, and sometimes
Mhm.
it doesn't. But I think that you have to like also just give yourself grace and let
Mm.
yourself be,
Go through it.
Be
yeah,
a
let
mess.
yourself be a
Yeah.
mess. Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's take a segue into your cover. So she's smoking on the cover and
Mm.
she's sitting on her brother's grave. So what was the thinking behind it?
I just kind of like the juxtaposition of like something that's kind of funny and something that's kind of sad. Like literally the title, Rip LOL. I think it is serious, but it's like I think it's impossible to take something like so serious without finding the humor in it. Like
Mm.
I think the crux of this whole book can be explained in um a little story. When I went to my friend's funeral, I went with like we carpooled some friends, and I we all were wearing denim jackets to the funeral. I can explain. And we stopped at a coffee shop before we went to the funeral, and we got out of our cars and we got in line, and we're all wearing, it's like five of us, like all five of us wearing like black dresses and denim jackets, and we're all walking into this coffee shop like zombies. Literally spent the whole night like just sharing stories and crying and like bonding. And we go into this coffee shop, and the barista looks at us and he says, "So are you guys like a girl band or something?" And not a single one of us cracked a smile. Like, I remember one of my friends looked at him and just went, "No." And she ordered her coffee, and then we all ordered our drinks and like left and went to the funeral. And months later, we were laughing about it so hard. We were like, that must have looked so crazy. All of us just like completely checked out, literally in matching outfits.
That guy will forever wonder what the
Yeah, he's
hell was
probably
up
like,
with those
where are they going?
girls.
Like, yeah, and we're like, sorry, gonna go bury our friend. You know what I mean? And
Wow.
I think Jason would have laughed at that too. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they say that humor comes from pain.
yeah, yeah, it
Mhm.
is funny. I mean, it's weird, but it's like if you don't laugh about it, like you will not survive it.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. So the inspiration from the book came
Real
from the
life
book
pain.
cover, from the book
Yeah,
cover.
Oh,
just
That's what I
like
meant. From
yeah,
that.
yeah. I think just like the whole process of like even some of the jokes that like Willow makes with her friend Jackie, yeah, like someone didn't even show up to my graduation, like it'd be your own kid, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those are jokes that we would make, just being like, oh my gosh, like remember that guy, or like like wonder where he is now, kind of like just
oh,
joking, to like survive it.
Yeah. 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 And
absolutely.
I love the font of the Rip LOL
With the
and the
Yeah.
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah. There's a lot of love and art put behind it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of artistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there going to be a follow-up to this book or something else that we're going to be expecting? Anything that you could share?
I don't know if there will be a follow up. Um, I think maybe she's like done. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think her journey is like complete. At least for now. Who knows? Maybe never say never.
How about we
Maybe.
let Willow rest in peace, right? And move on to our next
Yeah,
character.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind revisiting the world. I mean, it's New York.
It is New York. Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw.
completely.
And
And
so, sorry, I'm sorry.
no,
Please
go
go.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to ask to our listeners that are aspiring writers or, they want to write their first book or they're just starting and you have, done this now complete. Is there anything that you learned in the process that you want to share with our listeners um, or advice or how your day looked when you were working on it?
Um, I would say that I think I have always kind of been a passive writer, where like I might not be actively working on like a novel or something, but I'm always making notes of things,
Mm,
Mm,
and I think that a lot of the little descriptions of people that Willow encounter in the city, or like actual people that I've encountered in the city, and like wrote little notes about, or like wrote little poems about like the people on the train and stuff like that, and was able to kind of incorporate it into this like bigger project of like literally months and months of like phone notes of just random little observations or like bits of dialogue that I think are funny that I like make up or that I overhear, just being like, oh, that was good, and just like writing stuff down. They say you should steal like an artist, so
Right.
I think I'm just always like passively tinkering and writing, and then when I did really sit down to write, there were I'm definitely like a pantser, you know how they say like a plotter or a pantser. I'm not a
Mhm,
plotter at all. I literally just like sit down and stream of consciousness, like whatever comes out. And then just being like, wait a minute, that thing that I wrote a couple months ago might fit right here. I wonder if,
Mm,
and then just pulling things in and being like, whoa, and now I have a chapter, you know?
mhm,
And so I think like even now, like I'm not actively like working on anything right now, in terms of like manuscript, but I'm always just like writing down little notes in my phone
thinking.
of like things.
Ah, that's cute. That's great advice for anybody that is thinking possibly of writing a
Yeah.
book is just, start taking notes of things that matter to you or that you find interesting or funny.
Yeah.
And then at some point it might be relevant.
And
mhm. Yeah.
I think also for this book specifically because it's set in my neighborhood, Bushwick, and just other parts of Brooklyn and the city, a lot of this book was written in the places that are described. So I would like sit down at a bar and write notes of like things I smelled, things like textures, like, like was the floor sticky? Stuff like just like stuff like that
Mhm,
of like where I knew I wanted the next scene to go. And then also because I was still like grieving a lot, I was kind of just like monitoring myself and like checking in and being like, "Well, how are you feeling right now?" And like
mhm.
what can that, turn into, or like what I think I maybe also just have like a problem with like having to be productive all of the time because that sounds kind of crazy. Of just like, let me write down how
You're
I'm feeling
talking to two people
today.
that are like
They
that.
instill it in us.
How can I grieve productively? But I think it did help me just like not necessarily with the goal of like, oh, I need to finish a book, but just literally helping me process like what was going on in here and just being present in like these different spaces to like kind of strike inspiration.
Mhm. And I totally identified with all the New York stuff. So side note, Williamsburg, which is in the book. So I didn't grow up in Williamsburg, but my cousin lived there, and I spent a lot of time with her. My uncle owned a laundromat. Before that, it was a little bodega, and it turned into a laundromat. So a lot of things, other than the corner bodega and getting your bacon, egg, and cheese and your coffee, your coffee. I really identified with, and it's nice to see those things. Like we're getting
They
inundated with
feel
all these,
familiar.
yeah, all these fantasy stories and things that even as a brown girl, you don't see yourself in, but it was
Yeah.
nice to feel that as I was listening to your audio.
I'm so glad.
Yes,
That means a
yes.
lot. I'm not a native New Yorker. I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia, which you also see a lot of in the book. But New York does mean like so much to me. And again, my favorite genre is women in New York. So I have read
Love
so
that.
many books
Because
about
it's a
New York.
thing.
Yeah,
And if it wasn't a
it's
thing, you
It's
made
a
it a
an
thing.
genre.
expansive genre. Sex and the
We're
City.
announcing
Come
it
on.
now. It's a genre.
It is a genre. I will stand by that.
Absolutely.
But I love this city, and it's just like endlessly fascinating to me. So, I
Mm,
mean, I feel like any chance that I can like get my hands on a bit of literature that like literally memorializes like the city in that time is like so interesting to me. Like I
sure.
love like reading like The Falconer is one of my favorites, and that one's like Upper West Side in the 70s. Um and yeah, it's just like so many good New York stories. So I'm glad to kind of like be able to be a little bit of a part of that and like
I
show a
love
little bit
that.
of my experience with the city because it really feels like home.
Oh, good. Well, good. Especially to all those New York girls listening.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Now, I do have a Richmond question.
Yeah.
So your parents, did they ask the question, is that us? Are you talking about us?
Is this play about us? I think the parents are not necessarily based on my parents, but there are like bits of them in there. Like my dad definitely talks the way her dad, Dimitri Davis, does in the book. Like he's just very like mellow most of the time. Um, but I think there are bits of him in I think there are bits of like me in both of the parents. I think there's definitely bits of me in the mom. I think that like the micromanaging and like always trying to be perfect is like that's me to a T. But like
Hmm.
Mm.
not like, the most like positive light of myself. Um but I think that like yeah, there's bits of like my mom in Willow's mom. There's bits of my dad in Willow's mom. There's bits of my mom and Willow's dad. It's kind of all there's bits of like other family. Um and yeah, I think that like Willow is like probably Willow and Willow's mother are probably like just it's just both me warring with me.
It's your own thing happening in there. It's all
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I cannot tell you how much we appreciate, Pri and I know I speak for both of us, you sharing, like having the courage to sharing that story with the world. So we don't know who's gonna love it and take it to another level, but we know that we really appreciate you sharing it with us because it was
Yeah,
a beautiful story.
it was. It is.
It is.
And we're so glad to be part of your launch April
Mm.
17th and this whole
Yes.
month, spotlighting
Yes,
you as our April Spotlight author.
that's right. Birthday girl.
Yes, a birthday girl, Aries.
Hmm. Yes, this is going to be your last year in your 20s, and then it's going to be death to the 20s, and you enter a whole new era.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'll be 30, flirty, and thriving in
Yes.
How
2027.
funny. I love that.
Period.
I love that. My daughter just turned 30 last month, and we surprised her by all dressing up in black with a whole bunch of black balloons, and it was rest in peace to the 20s.
I love that. That's so
Yeah, that was really fun.
But I'm glad also you all got the chance to listen to the audiobook, which is
Thank you. I know it's extra
produced in
special.
Brooklyn too, in at Vitruvian Sound.
I
Um
love that.
and yeah, it was such a great experience working. I've worked with Vitruvian Sound quite a bit, just as a narrator, so it was cool, like being able to like do my own audiobook with them and yeah,
Oh,
I'm really happy with how it turned out.
poetry. So those that want to read the book or listen to the book, guide us as to where they can find your book and how they can hear more about you and your journey and everything else.
Okay, so the book will be available in paperback on Amazon. I'm also going to be selling signed copies at events throughout the spring and summer. So definitely check out my website at khayafraites.com to see where I'll be. I the ebook is also available on Kindle and Apple Books, and the audiobook will also be available on Audible and I think pretty much wherever you listen to audiobooks. It'll be on Book Funnel, which I think you can also purchase on my website as soon as I set that up.
Excellent.
So much to
You
do.
have
So
time.
much to do. I love it. I love it. And
Excellent.
this podcast episode comes out after your launch. So
Yes.
we're
So
announcing all these
hopefully,
things,
at
but it
least
will
hopefully
be
by then.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. So it will be a few weeks in, maybe a week and a half into your debut novel. And we know those 2 weeks will be amazing. It will be a whirlwind,
Absolutely.
everything that you dreamed, and we wish you nothing but happiness and joy with this whole new adventure that you're on.
Thank you so
Absolutely. We're
much.
your biggest fans, Kaya. So keep
Yes.
moving forward. We love it and we appreciate you coming back on and sharing with us and becoming a part of the spotlight for the month, your very special month. And please, whenever you are doing stuff and you're out there signing books and all the great stuff, share it also on your Instagram page, which
Yes,
we all
definitely.
love, so that we can see if we can find you somewhere. I know Pri already has plans, but I'd love to see you too.
Oh, can I also say that if you want to learn more about my friend Jason Cortez, you can check out
Yes.
celebratingjasoncortez.com to
Oh,
check out his work and also to learn more about his case.
Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
for sharing that. Thank you for
Beautiful.
sharing it with the world.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do
Absolutely.
one last cheers to
Yes.
you.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Khaya, her
Salute.
book, her career, and her future,
Salute.
and her 20s being
Mm-hmm.
almost gone.
Salute.
Woo.
All right, everyone. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe. Check out all of Khaya's content, her acting, her writing, her now writing, and all the amazing books that she's narrated. Thank you so much, Khaya Fraites, for being our guest today.
Thank you for
We'll see you in the
having
next
me.
episode.
Absolutely. Bye, sweetie pie.
Bye.